Welcome to class. Today we are going to talk about scheduled and non-scheduled languages in India. Now, what do we mean by scheduled languages? Right? Why this term called scheduled? So, if you look at the Constitution of India, the 8th schedule, part 17, 8th schedule, has listed some languages as official languages and the number is 22. So, because these languages are listed in the schedule 8, they are also termed as known as scheduled languages, and other languages which are not listed in the schedule 8 of Indian Constitution, they are known as non-scheduled languages. So, we are going to talk about scheduled and non-scheduled languages with reference to Census of India 2011, because this is the latest census. The idea scheduled languages is an statutory acknowledgement of multilingual country, acknowledgement of multilinguality, acknowledgement of multilingualism in the country, pluricultural, plurilingual country. On 26th January 1950, we adopted our constitution, and at the time of adoption of the constitution on 26th January 1950, we had 14 scheduled languages, and later on 8 more languages were added to the list, and as we are speaking today, we have 22 languages listed as scheduled languages in the Constitution of India. And this is a beautiful provision, because if you look at many countries in Europe, right, they do not acknowledge multilingualism. For example, France. French is the only official language. Look at United States. It has not declared any language to be official language of the country. De facto, we have English as official language of United States, but de jure or constitutionally, there is no provision of any official language. But we are young country, got our independence from colonial forces in 47, adopted our constitution in 1950, and now we have 22 scheduled languages and official languages. So, Schedule 8 of the Constitution of India is a remarkable provision, constitutional provision, which acknowledges the statutory position of Indian linguistic diversity and plurality. And the growing demands for inclusion of more and more languages in the schedule represents the aspiration of other language speakers and require institutional support and constitutional protection. This tendency is very positive and encouraging, that after adoption of Constitution of India on 26 January 1950, we have added so far 8 more languages to it, and the process is on, and there are more demands and applications for more languages to be included, and this is a welcome step. And if you look at Article 344(1) and 355, there are 22 languages included in the list, and the hierarchy is irrelevant, because the list is prepared of these 22 languages in an alphabetical order. So, the a sequence of appearance of these languages by no means carry any hierarchical value. It is simply alphabetical in nature. It doesn't have to do with the status, it doesn't have to do with the number of speakers or the prestige attached to it. They are objectively put in an alphabetical order. And what are these languages? Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. So, appearance is purely alphabetical with no value judgment and hierarchical status attached to these languages. So, we have 22 languages so far, and in majority of these languages we have official domains where they are used for local governance in different provinces or states of the country. And as I told you, the demand for inclusion in 8th schedule is very high, and a number of languages are contesting to be included in the list. And why they want to be included in the list? Because the moment they are scheduled or listed in the 8th schedule of the Indian Constitution, they get institutional support for growth and sustenance. And that is why all other languages which are not so far listed in the 8th schedule are contesting for their share in that particular list. So, because they get institutional support for their growth, for their spread, right, this is the reason why they want to be included. So, such applications are 38 in numbers. So, 38 more languages other than scheduled languages are also contesting for inclusion in the list. So, they are non-scheduled languages and they are contesting for being scheduled or listed in the 8th schedule. And what are these languages? Angika, Banjara, Bajika, Bhojpuri, Bhoti, Bhotia, Bundelkhandi, Chhattisgarhi, Dhatki, English, Gadwali, Gondi, Gujari, Ho, Kachachi, Kamatapuri, Karbi, Khasi, Kodawa or Kurg, Kokbarok, Kumauni, we also call it Pahadi, Kuruk, Kurmali, Lepcha, Limbu, Mizo, also known as Lushai, Maghi, Mundari, Nagpuri, Nicobaris, Pahadi or Himachali, popularly known, Pali, Rajasthani, Sambalpuri or Kosali, Saurseni or Prakrit, Siraiki, Tenidi and Tulu. These are 38 languages which are contesting for inclusion in the 8th schedule. So far, they are non-scheduled languages. And there are many non-scheduled languages. The total number of non-scheduled languages according to Census 2011 is 99. So, out of 121 languages, we have 22 scheduled languages and 99 non-scheduled languages. So, Census 2011 presents languages and mother tongues with a speaker strength of more than 10,000. That is the criterion fixed for inclusion in the census survey. There are total 121 languages listed in the census in 2011 and 270 designated mother tongues. 22 languages which are scheduled languages are specified in Statement 1, Part A, and the remaining 99 languages are specified in Part B of the Census of India. If you go by the speakers strength of scheduled languages in descending order, before we go to this, as we have already discussed in previous class about language families. So, Indo-Aryan language family is the largest language family, followed by Dravidian languages family and Austroasiatic and Tibeto-Burmese. So, we have representation of all the 4 families in the 8th schedule. So, we have representation of all these languages in the 8th schedule. And if you go by the strength of speakers of these scheduled languages, in descending order, we have Hindi at the top. 43.63% of the total population of the country speaks Hindi as their first language. Then 8.03% speaks Bengali as their mother tongue or first language. 6.86 Marathi. So, Hindi speakers are 52 crores 83 lakhs 47,193. Bangla speakers 9 crores 72 lakhs 37,669. Then Marathi speakers 8 crore 30 lakhs 26,680. Telugu speakers, which are 6.70% of the total population, are 8 crore 11 lakh 27,740. Then we have Tamil speakers, who are 6 crore 90 lakhs 26,881 and account for a total percentage of 5.70 of the total population of India. Then we have Gujarati, which is 5 crore 54 lakhs 92,554 and they account for 4.58% of the total population. Then we have Urdu speakers, which are 5 crore 7 lakh 72,631 and they account for 4.19% of the total population. Then we have Kannada speakers. The total number of Kannada speakers is 4 crore 37 lakh 6,512 and they account for 3.61% of the total population. Then we have ODI speakers, 3 crore 75 lakhs 21,324 and they account for 3.10%. Right? Punjabi speakers, we have 3 crore 31 lakh 24,726 account for 2.74% of the total population. Then we have Assamese, 1 crore 53 lakhs 11,000 351 and they account for 1.26% of the total population. Then we have Maithili speakers, 1 crore 35 lakhs 83,464 and account for 1.12% of the total population. And then we have lesser number of speakers like Santhali, 73 lakhs 68,192, Kashmiri 67 lakhs 97,500 29,587, Nepali 29,26,168, Sindhi 27,72,264, Dogri 25,96,767, Konkani 22,56,502, Manipuri 17,61,079 speakers, and Bodo 14,82,929. Interestingly, Sanskrit speakers we have 24,821 and the percentage is negligible. So, you have N, no. So, this is the list of 22 scheduled languages with only Sanskrit has less than Sanskrit the smallest language with only 24,000, but however more than 10,000 speakers. Santhali, Kashmiri, Nepali, Sindhi, Dogri, Konkani, Manipuri, Bodo, they have less than 1 crore. Otherwise, rest of the languages have more than a crore. Hindi remains at the top. These are the numbers. It is interesting to see that under each languages, like 22 languages, we have a number of other languages listed or grouped. Hindi, for example, has the largest group, right? So, you have Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, and you can see many languages are listed under this. So, you have languages like Avadhi, Braj, Bhojpuri, Angika, Bajika, Maithili, Chhattisgarhi, Churahi, Garhwali, right? Kulvi, Kumauni, Malvi, Marwadi, Mewadi, Mewati. I mean, many languages listed under Hindi, and the total number comes up to 52 crore 83 lakhs 47,193. Right? Assamese 1 crore 48 lakh 16,404, and other languages grouped under Assamese, other minor languages grouped under Assamese account for 4,94,937, and the list continues. You can see, for example, Konkani, you have Konkani, Kudubi, Malwani, Nevait, and others. Like Kashmiri, Dardi, Kashmiri, Kishtawari, Siraji, and others. Right? In Punjabi, for example, you have Bagri, Bhateyali, Bilaspuri, Punjabi, and others. So, each of these languages, 22 languages, have a number of languages clustered under it, and they account for a huge population size. Then we have non-scheduled languages, and the total number of non-scheduled languages is 99, and under each of these languages we have several other languages. So 22 plus 99 sums up to 121 languages, and then you can see 270 mother tongues are designated mother tongues in Census 2011 are listed and grouped under each of these categories. So, you have Adi, right, Afghani, Anal, Angami, Ao, Arabic, Balti, right, Bhili, and so many languages under Bhili, Bhotia, Bhumij, Vishnupriya, right, Chakesang, Chang, Kurg, Deori, Dimasa, English, Gadaba, Gangte, Garo, Gondi, Halabi, Halam, right. languages like Mar, Ho, Jatapu, Juang, Kabui, Karbi or Mikir Karbi, Khandesi, Khariya, Khasi, Khejha, right? Khond, Kinnori, Kisan, languages like Koch, Koda, Kolami, Kom, Konda, Konyak, Korku, Korawa, Koya, Kui, Kuki, Kuruk or Oraon, Ladakhi, Lahauli, right? Languages like Lahanda, Lakher, Lalung, Lepcha, Liangmei, Limbu, Lotha, Lushai or Mizo, Malto, Mao, Maram, Maring, Miri, Mishing, Mishimi, Mog, Monpa, Munda, Mundari, Nicobares, Nisi or Dafla, Nokte, Parji, Pavi, Rai, Ringma, Sanctum, Savara, Sema, Sherpa, Sheena, Tamang, Tangkhul, Tangsa, Thado, Tibetan, Tripuri, Tulu, Waipei, Wancho, Nyimchungre, Zeliang, Zemi, and Zhou. These are 99 non-scheduled languages, and under each of these languages we have a number of other mother tongues clustered. So if you look at the total number of languages enumerated in Census 2011 in India, we have 121. Out of 121, we have 22 scheduled languages and 99 non-scheduled languages. But the list is not exhaustive, and there are a lot of debate and discussions. If you recall, we discussed in mother tongue lecture that the aspiration of speakers is overwhelming, and it was a huge number that was returned as designated mother tongue by the respondents to the numerators, and that number goes up to 19,569. And after clustering, reclustering and applying linguistic scrutiny, right, to do the classifications, Census arrives at 1369 mother tongues, designated mother tongues, and again grouping and regrouping. So multiple layers, multiple levels of grouping and clustering and linguistic scrutiny, we come to the final number of 121 languages and 270 mother tongues. But if you look at other sources, we have huge numbers like People's Survey of Linguistic Survey of India gives you a huge number of languages in the country. Ethnologue, a global database, marks more than 454 languages, right? And a rough or a broad estimate says that we have almost like 1/4 of the languages, living languages spoken in the world in the country. That's the diversity and plurality of Indian linguistic ecology. And with this diversity, we have been sharing, mixing, and communicating with each other without any impediment. We have a linguistic continuum that runs from the breadth and the length of the country. And this diversity is, there since the beginning of the civilizational growth. and this diversity is beyond understanding of scholars in Western countries, because India constitutes a linguistic area with four major language families: Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Austroasiatic, and Tibeto-Burman. Census lists 21 languages in Indo-Aryan language family, 17 in Dravidian, 14 in Austroasiatic, and 66 in Tibeto-Burman. That is the diverse picture and diversity of the Indian linguistic ecology. So India is truly diverse and pluricultural society, and we all celebrate this diversity. So this is for now on scheduled and non-scheduled languages. Just last minute deductions. Scheduled languages are those languages which are listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution, and they get a statutory acknowledgement and institutional support for their growth and sustenance according to the provisions of the Constitution. And this leads to demand by more than 38 languages now for inclusion in Schedule 8 to be called scheduled languages. But till the time we are speaking, we have 22 scheduled languages, 38 languages are waiting to be scheduled and for inclusion, and 99 non-scheduled languages, which includes the 38 languages, of course. So census gives us 121 languages, 22 scheduled and 99 non-scheduled languages. So this is for now. In the next class, we'll talk about minor languages, right, and endangered languages, right. UNESCO report says that there are 197 languages endangered, on the verge of extinction. Our census survey also does not record those languages which have less than 10,000 speakers. So which are these languages and what is their fate, right? So we'll talk about minor languages and endangered languages in the next class in other video. This is for now. Thank you very much.